Okay, so the easiest view to show you here is with a bit of light. So here you can see it's quite sort of matte and dull, and that bit there is a lot shinier, as you can see. Now, the trouble is, it's not really much of a problem about the poor quality of the bodywork. It's pretty standard for its time of car, really. Problem is, however, down here, where the wing meets the sill, and classically they like to rot out the A-pillars, so that will be coming off, so I can inspect what's behind it and see what we're looking at there. It wouldn't surprise me if the A-pillar needs a bit of welding. One of the cars I found in the 8 years looking for one of these, my mate down in Worthing actually went to have a look at it because it was in his mate's lock-up, and he opened the front door and the door fell down because the A-pillar just swung. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of rot behind there, but we'll not presume, we'll find out when we get there. As for the doors, they aren't too bad. They all seem nice and solid. They've just got this sort of rust lurking around here, look, on the patch of it. And if I can get some light in the right position here, which I don't know if I will be able to or not, actually. Might be able to see it. Might. No, okay. Basically, it's all full of sort of like little blisters, and it's presumed that when the whole car receives a spray of a job, it was basically a bit of a damp environment, so there was sort of almost particles of like H2O in the air on the surface, and consequently it means that the paint couldn't adhere properly, and over time it's basically caused the paint to pull itself away from the metal. So now, I have done a bit of work in a body shop, but please don't take what I say to the word. I sort of know how to say what I'm talking about, but not perfectly. So I do apologise if it's not ace. This all carries on to the rear quarter here, and up here you can actually see where some of the new paint flaked off. But rather amusingly, that's the old paint there, and it's still perfectly shiny, which is a bit of a funny one, because I do know for a fact you need it to be nice and keyed for the paint to stick to it. So, but never mind. Yeah, we come up to the back end here, and again, at the bottom end of this cork panel, we've got a little bit of what looks like surface rust pushing through here. The sill itself appears that all the shoots that you can see flaking off here has done a damn good job, because unless there's some filler holding that all together, it sounds damn good to me. Yeah, so I've got that bit there on that, and then the rear quarter itself. Now, as I said about some work that was done to this, it apparently had panels from sort of up here all the way down to here, and then they put filler over the whole lot to basically blend it all together. Classic body shop thing to do. But obviously the only trouble is that water and grit have managed to get between the two surfaces. I think either paint filler or filler and metal behind it, and it's just basically started rusted the metal, and then the rust is just pushing everything away from it. So yeah, I don't know how bad that is, but I do know that on the inside of the arch, a little tiny piece of the edge of the inner arch is where it would sort of like that, and then you have the outer quarter sort of over it like so. I know a bit of the inner bit's sort of gone a little bit, so that's classic, because it's where the tyre, all the grit and stuff will be chucked off the tyre, land up there, and it'll just sit there, can't do anything about it. So yeah, here we've got a really bad bit of the where the filler's bulged out. There you go, you can't see it now, look. So where my finger's pushing out, that's where the filler itself has been pushed away from the metalwork, where the rust has just said no, go away, and it's basically the rust itself is growing, it's just pushing it out slowly but surely. So what's behind there, I dread to think, but we'll get to that later. Now the boot lid, the roof and the bonnet were never resprayed. All they ever had was little touch-ups. So if we have a look along here, we've got this little bit of imperfection here, and all these little dots here, there and everywhere on the boot here, like here. Another one there. There's a little bit of bird poo on there as well, so that's obviously not touch up. There we go, look, there we go, look, there's quite a few there, but just little touch-ups where that's how I did it back in the day, and I would like to try and retain that if I can, but obviously if it involves leaving rust inside the tailgate because it's beneath the touch-ups, then probably not sensible. But I do want to keep as much original patina as I possibly can, because this car, as it sits right now, is as original as it gets, if I'm honest, or in my opinion anyway, because even these plates are original. The if you've ever seen this at a show, you might have noticed the fact the P on the back here sits a bit funny and wonky, and basically that's because I spent a good year with some really horrible modern plastic plates on this car, looking around car shows for some digits to replace these with, because as you can see, has happened to the F. It's sort of gone a bit faded and crackly, and basically it's where the UV rays attack the plastic and it just dries it right out and it just cracks apart. And basically there was nothing left of the P at all. It just annihilated. So I had to find the right font and then reattach it, and basically just nice clean up job. It's a pressed alley plate, and then these are basically stuck on there. So yeah, that's a nice original touch that I really like. In fact, G was done as well, because I can see the sealant just popping around the edge of it. So yeah, then we come around to this side, and again we've got this bit of flaking paint here, and same things out with the filler. It's nowhere near as bad, I don't think. But obviously it's around the petrol cap. Now that bit could be rather fun to do, because it's obviously, you see all the fillers all the way around here. But yeah, this side's actually a bit worse, because if you grab hold of that, you can actually feel something at the back of it, which is a bit worrying. But it's not nothing drops when you tap it, so yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, this is so a reason why it needs to be had looked at before it all starts to completely collapse. So yeah, I mean, grab that, move the whole car. So it's not that bad, but it just looks a lot worse than it is, as it always does. So yeah, we've got a few more touch-ups here. The light's getting a bit abysmal now, that's a pain. But yeah, down here, there we go. This bit here, again, this bit doesn't feel like it's got as much filler because it sounds more hollow, but I don't know. But anyway, that's nice and solid. But yeah, that's another patch of where I've got to have a closer look. Doors both sides have just basically got a little bit of malarkey go on the edges, as they always classically did. Again, this one's just got a little bit of surface rust sort of on the very edge there. If we go out to the front again, this front wing has got the same issue, and what we find behind that, who knows, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Again, this front wing, this one is a little bit shinier, but as I said about the other one, it's sort of like there's been moisture in the air and the paint's not stuck to it properly. And in the right light, you can actually see that the wing is a slightly different colour to that. I'm not sure if you can in this light or not, but it is a slightly different colour. The bonnet itself, as I said, about the tailgate and the roof, that's not been resprayed, but at some point it will need to be looked at, because it's going in all the classic places they do on a Mark 1.5. So, as for the little bits of trim, it's all, I think at least, yeah, it's all plastic coated with chrome, and classically the sun's really attacked that, so that might well be something I try and find, because especially if this car does end up being resprayed or something, trying to get this bit off that goes over the roof gutter could be a right nightmare, to say the least, because it's obviously plastic and you might get it off, but whether you actually get it back when you get it off in one piece or not is another question. I don't know. So yeah, the roof's got some stone touch-ups as well. There's a few little rust spots as well. Someone did actually suggest at one point that it could well be that when it was in a body shop and maybe it wasn't covered over and sparks are just thrown and sat on top, then it burns through the paint and just leaves a minuscule bit of bare metal. But not sure on the truth behind that, but you never know. But yeah, so that is my Mark 1.5, and hopefully speaking, it's not going to be too bad underneath, judging by what I can see from the outside. But we won't know till we start digging. So hopefully you've enjoyed the walk around, so you can see what I've got to get out with. And hopefully I can show you some good news very soon. I'm going to crack on with it now and see you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.